What's up, crypto tubers? Jimmy J, aka Kryptographyk again. Working hard here, fixing Macs and Mac Minis and MacBook Pros, and I had a lot on my plate. I'm rendering out another video right now just about NEO and the jump that it had today. So I'm trying to get a couple things done at once. But I know you guys have been waiting since I mentioned LISK and that I was buying more LISK, and wanting to hear my reasons for wanting to do this. So quickly, I wanted to get out a few of the major points about LISK that you guys might not be aware about. I strongly encourage you to go to the LISK website, which I will link in the description of the video, and have a look at everything about it. Have a look at the team, which is constantly growing. They're a very active team. They're quite a large team. So I'm quite, we know from previous videos that it's always good to look at the GitHub and look at the development team and make sure that they're actively contributing to the project each day and actively developing on the project each day. So we know all by now, or most people watching this video will know what a DApp is, right? A decentralized app. So an application that's built on a blockchain, and an application that's run on a blockchain in a decentralized nature, in a decentralized way. So we have a few different decentralized application platforms out there. There is Ethereum's been around for a while and is no doubt the biggest market cap out of them all right now. And the most well-known and probably the most popular so far. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who wish they got onto Ethereum in December, January this year before it started to explode. And my feeling about LISK right now is that LISK is at a time right now, even though you might look at, if you look at the graph right now, there was a commenter in one of my videos the other day who said that CoinMarketCap LISK, who said that why are you buying LISK now? You must be crazy. LISK is, look how much it's just jumped. It's just recently hit an all-time high. Why would you be buying it now? Because I bought LISK at around. Its all-time high was up at about $8.15 or something like that, and I bought it I think around $6 or $6.50, $6.20 the other day, and I'm going to continue to buy it for the next 6 months at least. They have a lot of great stuff coming up on their roadmap. But basically, just to continue explaining, again, as usual, I'm recording these videos tired after long days of work, and it might be a bit disjointed, but just bear with me. So the decentralized application platform, right? You have Ethereum, and the way Ethereum works is Ethereum has its own blockchain, and to develop on the Ethereum blockchain, you must learn Ethereum's own original coding language called Solidity, right? If you're a coder, if you're a programmer, a developer, and you want to develop an app on the Ethereum blockchain, you must learn Solidity, a completely new coding language, right? So that's a complication for Ethereum to start with. And another one of the things about Ethereum, which some consider to be a pro, others consider to be a con. Personally, I consider it to be a very large con, is that every decentralized app that's built on the Ethereum platform every ERC20 token runs on the same blockchain, runs on the one blockchain as Ethereum. So what that means is that if there are any bugs or glitches in the network, they affect everything on the blockchain rather than just one side chain, or rather than just the main Ethereum blockchain, right? So the second one of these decentralized application platforms that I want to look at, and one that you guys know I'm very fond of. I'm actually rendering out a video now about NEO. I was about to sell some NEO and decided not to, and decided to release a video about that and encourage you guys to hold on to your NEO, because I do also very strongly believe in NEO. But NEO also has a lot more work to do, and a long road to travel to get to the level that it aims to eventually be at, right? So NEO is now brought out again, a decentralized application platform where you will be able to use many different types of traditional coding languages like C++ or C# or JavaScript, or many different types of coding languages through the NEO compiler. So right now NEO hasn't quite gotten, I mean, they're working on it and they're constantly updating it, which is great. Last update was 9 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 3 hours ago, an update to the C# NEO compiler. But right now there are only a couple of coding languages which you can use on NEO, and there is certainly more to come in that area, and more development to come in that area. I believe very strongly in NEO. I still love NEO. I'm very, I'm very unhappy about what Beijing did by banning cryptocurrencies. But I have no doubt that there will be a way, whether NEO decides to move offshore out of China, there will be some way that Da Hongfei and the team at NEO will ensure that the project survives. There's too much smart money. There's too much big money. There are too many bright minds and smart minds working on excellent platform for NEO to just up and disappear. So hold on to your NEO, don't sell it, just hold on it, and just forget about it for a good year or so at least, is my recommendation, is my personal recommendation, and is what I've decided to do today after some thinking. So now we move on to LISK. Now, LISK is, from the beginning, they have decided to only develop and only base the platform on JavaScript. So JavaScript is such a common coding language that almost, such a huge percentage of the internet ecosystem and websites run on JavaScript. There was where are we? I was reading. Here we go. Here's just an example of some websites that use JavaScript: PayPal, eBay, GoDaddy, Yahoo, Mozilla, LinkedIn, Netflix, Uber, Groupon. You get the idea. So JavaScript is an incredibly common coding language, and an incredibly popular coding language, and a lot of programmers know how to speak JavaScript. So when you listen to the CEO of LISK, Max Kordek, talk about his vision for the platform, one of the main things that he talks about is wanting to build a platform that is easily accessible, not only to general consumers, but to programmers and app developers alike. He wants to create something that's easy to use and that's open to everybody and very simple to get involved with and get on board with. Now, we spoke before about Ethereum having all of their dApps run on the same blockchain, and therefore that being a possible issue if a bug arises because it affects everything on the blockchain. LISK runs a different system that a couple of other platforms run, whereby when you develop a dApp on the LISK platform, it will run on its own side chain. Therefore, it will be immune to any bug that may arise on the LISK blockchain, and vice versa, LISK will be immune to any bug that may arise on whatever decentralized app side chain we're talking about at the time. So I strongly encourage you to get onto the LISK website and have a look at their roadmap. If we bring up the roadmap here, LISK is about to go through a rebranding. So we saw in the crypto community just how much even a simple thing like a rebranding can do for a cryptocurrency just recently with NEO. I was shouting at you guys through YouTube before the rebranding, buy NEO, buy NEO, buy NEO, and just look at how much it shot up just through changing their logo, changing their name, and a whole lot of good marketing. LISK hasn't been marketing in a huge way up until this point, and now they are just starting to travel the world and market themselves a little bit better and get the word out there a little bit better about themselves. And gradually more and more people are going to be hearing about LISK. They recently spoke on television in South Korea, and they are planning a lot of great things. They have a very meticulously planned rebranding that's going to go on next month in October. I believe October is the exact date. There's a bit of it's hard to find an exact date when the rebranding is going to happen, but it's happening sort of within the coming weeks. So on top of that, one other thing that I love about LISK right now, and one other reason that I think, even though it might look on the graph like it's at quite high levels, is that they have not even released their SDK yet. So an SDK is a software development kit, and for the uninitiated, that's basically a kit that will be available to developers and programmers who will want to develop on the LISK platform and develop decentralized apps by developing LISK sidechains. So once they release that, all of a sudden, all these JavaScript developers are going to have access to this JavaScript-only platform that's going to be familiar to them. It's going to feel like home, and it's just going to feel like just another day in the office to come and start developing decentralized apps on the LISK platform. So don't be put off by the fact that LISK has jumped a bit recently. I believe that during this rebranding, it's easily going to hit $10 soon. And personally, when I said the other day that I was going to be buying LISK and investing in LISK, I did not simply mean I was making a quick trade and I was going to try and just make a quick buck out of it. I actually meant that I'm investing in them in the long term, and that I will be continuing to invest in them over in the coming weeks and in the coming months. I'm thinking right now, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking that I might set myself a time frame of, say, maybe 6 months, and every week on Friday when the market lulls, I'm going to put a couple of $100 more into LISK. So I believe that we have a possible situation here where Ethereum was back in January and December. A lot of people missed out on that, and a lot of people regret missing out on that. I believe we could have a possible situation like that with LISK upcoming. So I am personally going to be investing a lot more into LISK in the coming weeks and months, and continuing to invest in LISK. So I encourage you also to do so. I'll leave some useful links in the description as always. Hit that subscribe, hit the like button, and I've made a Discord now for those that weren't too happy about the Facebook side of things, which I kind of agree with them. I hate Mark Zuckerberg as much as everybody else, so might be better to join the Discord app. I'll also leave that link in the description as well, guys. So get onto Coinbase, get some Bitcoin, send it to BitTrex, and start buying yourself some LISK. That's my advice. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Do your own due diligence. Have a look through the links that I send you, that I link in the description, and let's go to the moon, baby. Love you guys. Jimmy J, Kryptographyk. Peace out. Chat soon. I'm going to keep working. Bye.